train 1,000 men, and I will tear Mount Somebody from its roots. If we can do it, and I will shake the world. When our first president Sukarno uttered that quote, he realized that the true aspects of Indonesia does not lie on its natural resources or its technology, but that it relies on the people, and particularly Indonesian youth. And when we talk about improving the future for our children, what often comes to our mind is something like improving the education or the advancement of technology of our own children. However, we cannot deny that we have been neglecting the 4.4 million Indonesian assets. We've been neglecting Indonesian orphans.
And even though education and technology is important, we are actually missing out on a more important aspects of these orphans' lives, which is their epigenetics factor. Hi, I'm Shintya Tanggara, the representative of Universitas Surabaya for Mahasiswa Berprestasi 2017, and this is my idea of folic acid-rich functional food to neutralize epigenetic alterations in Indonesian orphans.
Epigenetics is a study of gene expression alteration due to environmental factors. During pregnancy, important physiological parameters are reset by environmental events, and shockingly, the reset can endure even into adulthood and be transmitted into future generations, creating a non-genetic transgenerational disorder. Epigenetic alteration can happen due to prenatal stress. After the 1998 ice storm in Quebec, Canada, it is shown that mothers who were pregnant during the time of disaster would actually give birth to children with higher level of DNA methylation, which is a marking of epigenetic alteration. And other studies done on mice showed that infant mice that like licking and grooming would actually have higher level of DNA methylation. In other words, stressed mothers and lack of maternal care in infants would actually cause epigenetic alteration. Babies that have genetic alterations are known to be more susceptible to both physiological and psychological diseases, such as coronary artery, diabetes, obesity, schizophrenia, and also depression. Therefore, research suggests that our 4.4 million orphans are actually highly susceptible to these diseases in later life.
The solution would be the consumption of folic acid. Several studies have shown that folic acid administration on pregnant women could actually neutralize epigenetic alterations. And when administered on children, it is shown that it can improve their motor rate and also problem-solving skills. Unfortunately, in Indonesia, these kind of tablets are actually formulated for mothers and not for children. Moreover, if actually implemented on orphanages, it would add extra costs.
What we desperately need here is a solution that has three characteristics: accessible, effective, and cheap. And luckily, all of these characteristics are present in functional food. Functional food are foods that we consume not only for its nutritional value, but also for its therapeutic effects. Spinach and mung beans contain high amount of folic acid. It is also effective. Moreover, it is cheap and also accessible because apparently Indonesia is one of the top countries that produces spinach and has produced over than 200,000 tons of mung beans annually. Therefore, we could use these functional foods to reach several targets. Firstly, to make sure that our orphans would get the folic acid-rich diets, it could be made as a prerequisite for orphanage certification. It is hoped that if folic acid is administered, therefore, we can know that epigenetic alterations could be neutralized and they can grow up into healthy and brilliant adults. Secondly, the importance of folic acid-rich diets can be socialized, especially to women, because there is no denying that the amount of accidental pregnancy highly contributes to the amount of orphans. It is hoped that the administration of folic acid since gestation age would reduce epigenetic patterns and neutralization. Lastly, the consumption of spinach and mung beans would aid the economy of local farmers and enhance our support for local produce. Therefore, by implementing folic acid-rich diets to our orphans, as fellow Indonesians, we can be rest assured that our orphans receive the health rights they deserve and the right to take part in shaping Indonesia's future. My name is Shintya Tanggara, and that is my idea.